Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys awesome interviews, and today it is an honor and a huge privilege to have Phil Campbell. He's the guitarist of this band and plus a vocalist, Neil Starr. Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons going to be talking to them about their new album, The Age of Absurdity, out January 26th on Nuclear Blast. So guys, huge honor to have you on here. How you doing this morning?
We're good, yeah. We're a couple of bastards.
Really good.
And we're doing good, John. Yeah, we're okay.
Thanks for having us, John. Thanks for having us.
Not a problem, guys. What's impressed or excited you both the most about making this new album? What's caught your eye about it, or, made you excited about this album, possibly?
This is me. It's a Phil talk, and I think the end product, when we got excited when we realized we had some really good songs, and then when we put it all together, the sound is so huge, all the instruments and the vocals and everything, and the end product got me really excited. And we've got some special artwork and everything, and the record company's been amazing. They got us doing interviews, left, right, and center every day. It's been quite a big project, but I'm very excited about it. To tell you the truth, yeah, I just can't wait for the general public to hear the record now on the 26th.
Funny because you recorded a while back, and then as the build-up's happening, little things start to come out online, and you see good reactions, and you start talking to people like yourself and other people within sort of the press field, and everyone seems to be really enthusiastic and have positive things to say about the album, and that kind of psychs you up even more. Yeah, I'm with Phil. We can't really wait to actually release it on the 26th.
It's probably gonna go tits up. Probably gonna fall flat on its face.
No, man. I've actually heard the three songs that Nuclear Blast has been putting out through emails and stuff, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Ringleader is a badass song from you guys, and that's just my opinion. I absolutely love that song right now.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's got a good bit of energy, that one, hasn't it?
It sure does. Yeah, I mean, just things I've been through and, stuff like that. And the parts, don't call me is like, fucking, hey, that's right, don't call me.
Good.
I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to a lot of the lyrics. I think Neil did a really good job on the lyrics, and I think people are starting to pick up on it now, or they will do.
My job was quite easy because, when the guys are playing me the music without even any melodies or words on it, like I'm just listening to it as a music fan and thinking these riffs kick ass, and, it's not hard for me then to get excited and motivated to write some good stuff on top. So, the riffs just get me so pumped up on some of the songs that it made it a joy to write it to,
Speaking of that, guys, are there any songs off the new album that stand out more to you guys on it right now, if possible? Maybe. I know it's like picking your favorite child or whatever, but is there any possibly sticking out more?
Me personally, I like Dark Days and Freak Show, okay. And I like the last track. I like them all really, and I like track number 10. What's that one called, Neil?
High Rule.
The High Rule, yeah.
Track 10, yeah.
So they're all really, really good. I think they're probably my four.
Dark Days was a bit of a dark horse, for want of a better expression. I mean, it's when you hear it, it's like got quite a big blues influence. So it's not going to be a track you would necessarily associate with Phil's previous connections with his old band. So, and it's got some harmonica on it. And it's got a really cool groove, and that seems to be a song that people who have heard the full album have picked up on a lot, as like a surprise little song on the album, one you wouldn't necessarily expect to have on there. But the album's got quite a bit of diversity on there, actually. It's not sort of 12, 13 songs like Ringleader. There is some diversity on there.
I hope I pronounced this guy's name correctly, but how was working with producer Romesh Dodangada? Is that right? How was working with him?
Nailed it.
Pretty good.
Nailed it.
That's great.
It was super relaxed because each and every one of us in the band have recorded with Ramesh on previous recordings. Like Phil did some stuff with him on one of the Motorhead records. I've done a few albums with him with my previous bands. So yeah, we all knew him, which made the recording process a really relaxed atmosphere. It was awesome.
He got us a big sound. At the end of the day, Romesh got us a huge sound on all the instruments as well, and mixed it amazingly, I think. Yeah, it was perfect. He did a good job, yeah. It was money well spent.
Phil, you coming from Motorhead, did you guys do anything differently during the writing and recording process, to help keep your minds open and fresh, to not let the music get stale for this album, possibly?
It's just, there's 5 heads now. It's easier, like, especially with Motorhead, every year and every album, to come up with something original, unique, and fresh is really difficult, because, we'd done it before, or somebody else had done it, or I'd done it. And, sometimes you'd be struggling there for months trying to come up with, something cool. But, it was fresh for this record. All the band are really amazing musicians, so everyone contributed. And it was a bit easier for me, actually, because it didn't all fall down on me to come up with the music, because I didn't do it. I didn't do it like, I was far from writing all the music on this record. We all did our own, we all contributed. So it was easier that way, and I think, we were all excited about it. So it turned out good. I think that the stars were in alignment, or the gods smiled on us on this record. So we'll see what happens.
How special, Phil, is it to be playing alongside of your sons, man? I know that's got to be really cool for you as a father to have your kids in the band with you.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, when I'm on stage, I just kind of think, well, sometimes I'm just getting into the groove and just, breathing and feeling the music, and then something will switch on your head, and you look across and think, fuck, I forgot. Yeah, it's my boys creating this sound, and it's quite a unique dynamic. I don't know of anything personally which is similar, or anyone in my position at this moment in time. But yeah, it's really cool. You don't get much prouder or much more satisfaction than that. Basically, you've got to try hard to go better than that, I think.
What do you hope the fans take away from this new album once it comes out and they start to listen to it? What do you hope that they take away from it, man?
I just think they're going to think, fucking hell, they're going to turn it up loud and just go, fucking hell, that was brilliant, and tell all their friends about it, and just keep, make them think a bit. And the lyrics, I hope they can all relate to certain songs and whatever it means to them, and just tap their feet or whatever and enjoy it. Forget about everything else that's going on. Just enjoy the grooves.
That's why music's so amazing, because everybody can take different things away from it, and like you mentioned earlier, you can listen to certain songs and they can help you get through bad times, or they can give you a perspective on something, or just make you smile or want to smash something up. Like I listen to Rage Against the Machine, I just want to tear my house down. Still want to do that after 25 odd years of listening to that album, and different music does different things to different people, and that's why it's so amazing. And if people listen to it and enjoy it and want to play it again and come and see a show, then that's all we as a band can hope for, really, is that other people can identify to the songs that we've written and enjoy them the same way that we do.
What can fans expect at a show from Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons when they come out to see you guys live?
Right.
Hopefully plenty of energy, plenty of fun.
Neil's definitely got plenty of energy. His last few performances, I don't know, it's like a maniac. It's like having a maniac on my left. It's me trying to take it easy these days, and it's Neil fighting with a fucking microphone stand. Everything, yeah.
The way I look at it is we're in such a lucky position to be able to go to different countries and different cities in the world and play music to people, and for me, treat every gig like it could be a last. That's the way I look at it, because you never know what's going to happen in the world, and surely at some point your luck's got to run out, so you're just enjoy it. And I go on stage every day with the one aim of it, just having the best time I can, and hopefully the crowd will also have a great time and and
you keep jumping off the stage. You will be your last gig. You keep jumping off.
You never know when that person's not going to catch you. So,
exactly.
But,
exactly.
But so yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to catch you, Neil. I'm not going to catch you.
We want people to come and have fun. I mean, that's ultimately it. I mean, if people want to have a drink and let their hair down and have a good time, whatever they want to do, whichever way they enjoy it, if they want to jump around, if they just want to stand and watch, as long as they're having a good time, then we couldn't ask for more than that.
I know Phil's older. I know, Neil, you're younger. This is what's really cool about this. We're in the digital era of recording albums and social media. Do you guys like this? Because it helps bands get music out quicker. And plus, with social media and everything, it lets folks know about what's going on with these bands. Do you think this, helps bands more with digital era and plus social media? What's your guys' take on it?
Me personally, I don't have Facebook or nothing. I don't do social media as a rule. But it's definitely good to promote your bands and things like that. Definitely, it's a good tool. When I started off, we used to have to go around the villages, drive 50 miles, and wait till it gets dark and nail posters up to trees, to advertise our gigs. Now you just press a button and it goes worldwide, So it's a huge difference. But it's beneficial but I'm not a fan of personal social media. I like my privacy, so kind of thing. I don't know Neil's take on it.
I think there's pros and cons. I think you can look at it different ways. Like Phil just said, obviously that's an advantage for a band. I mean, if you take Spotify for example, you could be listening to your favorite band and then they'll recommend a new band to you randomly, and you might end up loving that band, and then that's a good thing for music and for music listeners. But on the other side, because music can be affected by computers so easily, you also maybe get people who don't need to try as hard, don't need to be as good on their instruments as you needed to be, before, and that's a sad thing for me. It's like you can cheat a little bit, and that doesn't necessarily mean that the right people are getting into write and record music. That's a bit of a cynical way of looking at it, but I mean, it's with all the modern technology these days, anybody could record an album, which some people might think is positive. I personally think that's a negative. I think you should be practicing hours a day to get good at your instrument, whereas you don't necessarily need to do that anymore. You can it can be faked a little bit, which is a bit sad.
It
couldn't
is
have happened before.
Auto-tune as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all there for people to use if they wanna go down that route, But I think ultimately, you should do music for the right reason, which is because you want to be the best at it you can, and you want to
try and master your craft as much as you can. Like
exactly.
Yeah, I think so. But because you can't, like, the emotions and stuff like that you get from music, the computer can't get that for you.
If
that's got to come from inside you as a human. So.
If I was blessed enough to be able to play an instrument like you guys, I know, Neil, you're a singer, but I know Phil can jam out on a fucking guitar like nobody's business. I would want to home in that craft. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to take a shortcut and say, well, I'll just do this. No, fuck that. I want to learn to jam out on that guitar and make somebody take notice to me. That's me doing my style. That's what I'd want to do.
Yeah, you've got to have a bit of pride, haven't you? You've got to have some pride in what you're doing, you can't just fake it all the time,
Yep.
But then, another good thing, like we had Dave Brock from Silver Machine play on our album on the song, from Hawkwind, sorry, on the track Silver Machine that we did, the cover. And he didn't even have to come to our studio to do that. He did that in his home studio. So there's a good thing that can happen as well. There's so many different ways of looking at the modern era of recording and music, and like I say, you can take it either way. But I mean, ultimately, my view on the digital stuff is, well, it does give bands a chance to be heard from people that wouldn't necessarily go and spend $10-15 on an album, but they'll check you out online, and then if they like you, and if your music's good and you believe in what you're doing, then hopefully you can make fans that way, and they will come to shows and they will want to start buying your albums and things, So there's definitely positives that come from it.
I know there's a lot of bands out there and a lot of sounds out there, of course, in metal. But what does this band bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now, possibly, guys?
I just think we've made like a quite a diverse collection of great rock songs. You know, we're not trying to be something we're not. You know, and just for people's enjoyment, people will want to listen to it again, time and time again. Hopefully, you know. I guess that's what I said to bring to the table. I don't know. That was my plan. Like, you know.
But I think it's good because we're a new band. We haven't really got any restrictions or boundaries for ourselves as how we should sound. So I think that really helped us with the songwriting process, and that's really helped get a diverse album because we haven't, you know, pigeonholed ourselves into one particular style of music. You know, and obviously there's going to be people out there who check us out from knowing Phil from Motorhead, and you know, hopefully they won't be expecting us just to be sounding like Motorhead, because we would never intend to do that. You know, Phil never wanted that. We didn't want that. Motorhead is its own legacy and its own amazing thing that it did. And for us, this is a new band, and yeah, there's going to be elements of that style of music in the riffs, because obviously Phil wrote riffs in Motorhead and he writes riffs in this band too. But then you've got, you know, myself and Todd and Dane and Tyler who can bring in our own influences to the songs as well, which take them into a different direction at that point, you know. Like a song like Ringleader, like you mentioned earlier, I think, you know, to me the opening riff could have been a Motorhead song, you know. And then when it kicks into like the halftime chorus, I think that's where the song goes a completely different way to where you'd expect like a Motorhead song to go or something. So, and then obviously my melodies are going to be completely different to what Lemmy would have written, or for example, you know, I mentioned Motorhead because obviously Phil was in Motorhead, but you know, we're just trying to write good songs without boundaries, without rules, and as a result we were able just to experiment with different things. We didn't have to feel like, you know, people were going to expect a certain sound from us because, you know, we're a new band, so we didn't have that kind of weight on our shoulders.
Neil, I think your vocals, it fits this band perfectly, man. I'm not saying it just because you're on here, but
thank you, man.
I mean, honestly, your vocals fit this band, and it's fucking good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, it was easy for me because like the music was so good. Like I was listening to the music as the guys were writing it. They would send it to me to put my parts on, and I would just genuinely be excited. Like I couldn't believe sometimes that these were going to be riffs that were going to be on an album for a band that I was in. I was just so excited about how good some of the riffs sounded, and it made my job easy because I was so excited and motivated and enthusiastic to write that it just seemed to be simple. I mean, it doesn't always work like that, but for this album, it definitely was a really, you know, there was no like blocks on writing, no writer's blocks for me on this one. I've had it in the past where you've been stuck on a song for years trying to think of something, but with this one, it just seemed to flow really well. I don't know why that was. I wish I knew because I would keep doing that. But I mean, I put it down to just the fact that the music excited me so much, and it made my job of writing easy. Phil,
I do have one Motorhead question for you. I just want to ask one Motorhead question. Are they any Motorhead songs, man, that are recorded with Lemmy right now that's not seen a light of day that you guys may possibly eventually put out another record or box set or something like that, possibly?
We'd have to check. It's not going to be we got lots of live recordings off the desks and things like that, which the quality is going to be, this quality is going to differ from, you know, we recorded like every gig, but and not in a like a high def way, really. I'm not. There's probably a few bits and pieces. Yeah, there's not I wouldn't say there's a great catalogue of stuff, but we're trying to put together some shows in the next few years, like tribute shows just around the world. Like we're trying to get like Metallica playing and Dave Grohl and Dee Snider singing, and some people who are friends of ours. Just do like the Freddie Mercury tribute shows. But it's trying to get everyone together, and rehearse is a nightmare. But Motorhead as a touring band, like it's never going to happen without Lem. But we are trying to put that together now. But don't hold your breath. But yeah, it takes a lot of logistically. It takes a hell of a lot of planning. Like, but if we can find anything. you know, when we go through all the stuff, you know, it's still early days yet. Yeah, we're not going to hold anything back, like, really. If there's something out there we think everyone would like, and, you know, if it's kick-ass, like, we'll think about doing something with it.
Hell yeah.
I wish I could say more than that,
Yeah.
John, but really, that's all I can tell you is the truth, mate, at the moment.
Sure, I understand. I completely understand. There was a couple years ago that you guys are going to be at Rock on a Range. I was like, yeah, I want to get to see Motorhead finally. And then, you know, Lemmy, of course, was sick and things like that. And I understand that. And, you know, God rest his soul, man. I wish he was still here, that's for sure. Cause,
Yeah.
I want to ask this question. I know Neil mentioned Dave Brock from Hawkwind was on here. So how did this come about with Dave Brock of Hawkwind to do a cover of Silver Machine? I want to talk about that a little bit. How did this all come together?
Well, we've been playing Silver Machine for a few years just for fun, and we did a couple of shows the last 18 months with Hawkwind, only one or two shows. So we spent quite a bit of time with Dave. I mean, I've known him for years. He used to come to the odd Motorhead show, and I've always loved the song. And when we decided to record Silver Machine as like a bit of a bonus track, and I just called Dave up a few months ago and asked him if he'd be so kind. So he from his home studio in his farm, he played guitar, did some singing and some synthesizer for us, so that it gives it a authentic feel now that knowing Dave's on it and everything. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's good as gold. And the band Hawkwind are fantastic anyway. So yeah, it's a nice treat for everyone. You know, it's a bit of fun, and you know, it's good for us. It's good for Dave. You know, and it's a bit of a, you know, it's in a small way. You know, it's a nod to Lemmy as well, because Lemmy sang on the original, of course.
Yeah.
So he wasn't supposed to sing on it. He was the only one who could sing on it. So I'd hate to have heard the first tries on it for the other guys. That would have been something else.
I remember
if Lem was the best of the bunch. I'd love to have been there when they were all trying. It would have been great. I'd love to have the tapes of that.
I saw the Hawkwind deal, and I was like, wait a minute, didn't Lemmy sing for that band for a while? I was like, yeah, Lemmy was part of that for a while.
Yeah, just the one song. He just sang on the one song.
Oh, just that one song. Okay.
Yeah, the guy who was supposed to sing it couldn't sing it, and then they tried a couple of others, and Lem had the job of singing it at the end. So fucking hell, God knows what the others sounded like.
Folks, I want to tell you right now, January 26th, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, new album. Get out and check it out, The Age of Absurdity. Please get out and give this band a chance. Phil, of course, from Motorhead for 32 years, man. And now he's playing with the Sons, plus he's got Neil on vocals. The 3 songs I've heard from these guys is absolutely badass. It's a different twist of music, don't get me wrong, but I'm telling you right now, it's well worth your time. Guys, thank you so much. Phil, as a fan, thank you so much all the time for what you have done for metal, man. And Neil, kudos to you guys as well.
Thank you very much,
John.
man.
It's been a
thanks for your time.
real pleasure talking to you, man. And hopefully you can come to a gig soon. Maybe this year if we play. Yeah. Where you calling from?
I'm actually from Kentucky.
All right, yeah, okay.
Before I let you guys go, would you both or one of you guys care to do a promo for the show? Is that okay?
Okay. Hey, this is Phil Campbell, everyone, from Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour, and it truly is mayhem, so enjoy it while you can.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thank you guys so much.
That's when I take my